My daughter told me her stepfather was the only dad she needed, so I stopped building my future around her. Hello Reddit I plus here. I never thought I'd be the kind of person posting family drama online, but here I am. I'm 44 years old. Last year, my ex-wife Melissa walked out after 17 years of marriage. She left me for a coworker named Trevor. According to her, they had just connected emotionally for almost a year before things became physical. Yeah, sure. The worst part wasn't losing my marriage. It was losing my daughter. My daughter Ava was 14 when everything fell apart. Before the divorce, we were inseparable. Every Friday night was our movie night. We'd rank terrible horror films, make homemade pizza, and laugh until midnight. She used to text me random jokes during work hours and leave ridiculous sticky notes on my car windshield. I honestly believed nothing could come between us. I was wrong. The moment her mother moved out, it felt like someone flipped a switch. Ava stopped answering my texts, stopped calling, stopped smiling when she saw me. Every conversation became one-word responses. How was school? Fine. Anything exciting happen? No. Want to grab dinner? Whatever. I figured she was hurting from the divorce. I gave her space. I never badmouthed her mother, not once. Even when friends told me she deserved to know exactly why our marriage ended, I refused. I wanted Ava to form her own opinions. Big mistake. Over the next several months, Trevor became some kind of superhero in her eyes. He bought her expensive gifts, took her shopping, let her skip rules, played the cool stepdad role perfectly. Meanwhile, I was the boring father trying to enforce curfews and homework. Guess which one a teenager prefers? I kept trying. I never missed a volleyball game. I showed up to every school event. For her birthday, I spent nearly a month's discretionary income buying tickets to a concert she'd been begging to see. The tickets sat untouched on her dresser. A week later, they were mailed back to me. No note, no explanation, nothing. That hurt. But what happened next absolutely destroyed me. It was a Wednesday night, court-ordered dinner. Ava barely spoke the entire drive. I took her to her favorite steakhouse. Halfway through the meal, she looked up from her phone. For a second, I thought she was finally going to talk to me. Instead, she said, "You know, Trevor is more of a father than you've ever been." I actually thought I'd misheard her. What? She shrugged. He takes care of mom, he has a successful business, he listens, he understands me. Then she looked me directly in the eye, and honestly, he's the dad I should have had from the beginning. I don't remember much after that, just silence. A ringing sound in my ears, the sensation that somebody had reached into my chest and ripped something out. I paid the bill, drove her home, didn't say a single word. When she got out of the car, she didn't even look back. I sat outside her mother's house for almost 20 minutes afterward, just staring. Then I drove home and completely fell apart. I called off work, ignored everybody, barely ate. My younger sister, Rachel, drove 3 hours after hearing how bad things were. She found me sitting in darkness, surrounded by takeout containers. After listening to everything, she said something that changed my life. "You keep acting like your entire future belongs to someone who doesn't want you in it." I hated hearing it, because it was true. For years, every financial decision I'd made revolved around Ava. I drove an old truck, lived in a tiny apartment, skipped vacations, worked overtime. Everything was for her future, college savings, trust accounts, investment plans, all of it. And suddenly, I realized something. I was sacrificing my present for someone who openly wished another man had raised her. So I stopped, not out of revenge, out of self-preservation. I met with my financial advisor, changed every beneficiary designation, removed Ava from accounts that weren't legally protected, updated my will, transferred everything to Rachel. Then I looked at the college fund. Almost $92,000, years and years of contributions. I didn't empty it, but I stopped contributing. Immediately. No more monthly deposits, no more extra bonuses going into it, no more sacrificing my life. Instead, I started living. I took a trip through Spain and Portugal, bought the motorcycle I'd wanted for 15 years, moved into a beautiful apartment overlooking the river, started going to the gym, started dating again, started smiling again. And for the first time since my divorce, I felt human. Meanwhile, Ava didn't seem to notice. Months passed. Then almost 2 years later, everything changed. She was 16. Trevor and my ex-wife were getting divorced. Turns out the man who helped destroy one marriage wasn't exactly loyal in the next one. Shocking, I know. He'd been cheating. Again. And because his business wasn't doing nearly as well as everyone believed, the money dried up too. Suddenly, the expensive gifts stopped. The shopping trips stopped. The fun stopped. And for the first time, Ava started seeing reality. One Saturday afternoon, my phone rang. I almost didn't answer. It was Ava, crying. She asked if we could meet. I agreed. We sat on a park bench for nearly an hour before she finally said it. "I think I owe you an apology." Then she started sobbing. She admitted her mother had spent years blaming me for everything. She admitted Trevor had encouraged it because he wanted to be the hero. She admitted she'd repeated things she'd heard without understanding how much they hurt. Then came the part I never expected. I found out about the college fund. I stayed silent. She looked down. Mom told me you stopped contributing after what I said. I nodded. Did you really change everything because of me? The question hung there. I thought carefully before answering. No. She looked confused. I changed everything because I finally realized I was destroying my own life trying to earn love from someone who didn't want to give it. That hit her hard. She cried even harder. For a long time, neither of us spoke. Finally, she whispered, I was awful to you. I won't lie, part of me wanted to unload years of pain. Part of me wanted her to feel exactly what I'd felt. But looking at her sitting there, I didn't see the cruel teenager who broke my heart. I saw a confused kid who'd been manipulated by adults she trusted. So I told her the truth. You hurt me more than anyone ever has, she nodded. I know, but you're still my daughter. That was the moment our relationship started rebuilding, slowly, very slowly. Trust doesn't magically reappear, neither does forgiveness. Today she's 19. We're closer than we've been in years, not perfect, but real. As for the money, the college fund stayed exactly where it was after I stopped contributing. When Ava enrolled in community college and started working part-time to prove she was serious about her future, I gave her access to what remained. Not because she was entitled to it, because she'd earned back something much more valuable first, my trust. And honestly, that's worth more than any inheritance.